Are we going to see you three people better believe it? I mean together even perhaps, not as a wedded yes you won't, but rather you just could ever see ya. Any you realize all everyone goes through stuff I'm still enamored. I don't have the foggiest idea what to do like. Are you serious you could have never anticipated this turn of the occasions between Wendy Williams and her ex Kevin Tracker? Yet it seems like this person is expecting an opportunity to reunite now that his long-term undertaking with his paramour is purportedly finished, and Kevin is selling their family house in Florida. It's been supposed that this man needs to offer to set things right for all the aggravation he had caused and requested that Wendy Williams allow him another opportunity. Yet will Wendy take this person, bat Kevin and Wendy perpetually, and right up to the present day? It actually is everlastingly. We should figure out, hey everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. So the show between Wendy Williams and her deceiving ex took another wild turn. And as it was accounted for, Kevin got unloaded by his child mother, Sharina Hudson, who had become weary of his monetary hardships. And the scandalous several the year had at last headed out in different directions. After over 15 years of their sentiment, you realize I just felt like this wasn't so much for me, so it appears as though Kevin wasn't wanting to slither into his unhitched male refuge to lick the injuries after the difficult division from his perfect partner fiancé. He immediately put each sign of his despicable past on special, posting their extravagance, savvy house in Florida for one. $3 million, and Ian chose to dispose of the vehicles he was driving with his child mother. It nearly feels like Kevin is attempting to eradicate each hint of Sharon's presence in his life, and Insider's case, he has a valid justification for that, since it was accounted for that after the finish of his undertaking with Hudson, he contacted regardless his ex Wendy Williams and requested that she allow him one more opportunity for their child and their common past. While you all have presumably speculated that this sounds like one more Kevin's intricate hustle to extract additional money from Wendy, or possibly tracking down his put under the sun, close to her millions tracker doesn't place it this way, as he would see it feels so terrible to let such countless long periods of strong marriage go down the channel. You can't simply eliminate something incredible and recently put something different there. Well, nobody is shocked to see this man's one more endeavor to worm his direction back to Wendy's life, since regardless of whether the television diva is at present not working, she's as yet a tycoon. And assuming that you look at their total assets, well, it appears as though Kevin is far behind anyway. This man wouldn't fret to reside off his ex's cash. And obviously, he can get through a cycle of public embarrassment in return of reckless retirement, assuming Wendy takes him back, since we as a whole recall how this man was treating her. He never hit me yet he talked incredibly horrendous to me before anyone's, so in spite of winding up in a distressful circumstance, Kevin is brimming with desires to reunite with his ex, since he realizes that he was her first love. And in spite of the fact that Wendy was the person who started the separation, she had over and over expressed the amount she had cherished this man during the advancement of her narrative. The television diva admitted the daily routine that I'm experiencing right currently is my best life. And I have no culpability about saying that I don't lament meeting Kevin. I don't lament falling head over heels. I don't lament remaining with him for every one of the 25 years 20. One of them, Marriott, makes a portion of Wendy's fans worried about Kevin drawing nearer to his ex, since he realizes her shortcoming is way better compared to any other individual, and may involve her forever brilliant affections for him. As a device to cause her to accommodate, he's even prepared to eradicate all hints of his scandalous undertaking with Sharina. And that is the reason he is as of now disposing of all proof of his despicable sentiment with this young lady. And in the most natural-sounding way for Kevin, he's prepared to give Wendy as much opportunity to consider as she wants. I'll give her the time that an individual would require going through this serious measure of emergency. I obviously, in the wake of losing all that Kevin arrived at understanding that his existence with Wendy was really not that terrible. Every one of his inconveniences started media symbol, sought legal separation. Kevin is presently straightforwardly conceding what a moron he had been by picking Sharina over Wendy in the event that you all don't recollect what his existence with Sharina resembled. Here are a couple of proclamations made by Tracker to revive her memory. Long stretches of my life, it appears to be insane the way that this man just let such a brilliant life go down the channel. When he decided to remain in his undertaking with Serena, evidently his life after the separation was done looking like fantasy. And how much monetary battles he had encountered caused Tracker to understand that he would be better close by certain individuals believe that Kevin is just faking his regret. And as a matter of fact, he needs to be back in Wendy's life to continue to drain her ledger until it dries, as one individual remarked. He just needs to utilize Wendy. I genuinely want to believe that she doesn't take him back. This man obliterated her. And another client added, Wendy is a ton of things. Yet she's not that dumb screw. Kevin Tracker let him stew in his own damnation. He is getting precisely exact thing he merits, which isn't anything. Well, this should be the most pivotal occasion of Wendy's own life, since you folks presumably realize that she has consistently had a weakness for Kevin, considering the way that she had been enduring his unfaithfulness and wasting for over 15 years. And it harms many individuals somewhere inside to see Kevin controlling her sentiments. Like that after all that she had to deal with saying, ugh. Wendy, you forever serious areas of strength forbid yet in the event that Wendy has figured out how to remain areas of strength for monetarily. Without Kevin, this man has lost everything due to his treachery. The place of Wendy's maker, the admiration of various individuals in the business, and obviously valuable associations with high-profile individuals, in light of the fact that nobody needed to be his ally subsequent to having taken in the narrative of his shocking sentiment with Serena, and evidently Kevin accepts it's not past the time to return everything once again to how it was, assuming Wendy allows him one final opportunity to demonstrate that she's the main lady in his life from this point forward. Consequently, returning to the title, the Purple Seed Influence, is only that me being the ruler behind the sovereign anyway. Not every person puts stock in his regret story. And many individuals suspect that this man is just emptying the honey into Wendy's ears and tricking her again. Since the separation, he showed his obscure side first, when he proposed to his child mom, just in the wake of marking the legal documents, knowing entirely that this news would arrive at the titles, and how harmed Wendy would be. And afterward, with this support disaster in Kevin, demonstrated what a voracious and mean man he really was. He in a real sense prosecuted his ex over neglected provision, and anticipated that she should track down him and his child mom until the end of their days so they could wash in extravagance. This was the second, when it turned out to be obvious to the entire world that Kevin was nothing without his better half, and anything that various organizations he and his escort turned life partner had, well, they didn't carry sufficient money to cover fundamental bills. And somewhere inside, Wendy had consistently thought that this couple's free life would wretchedly fall flat, and ultimately Kevin would creep back to her. Do you have any idea about where your dad was the night that your mom was conceiving an offspring? He was with that woman on television, Miss Wendy. Yet presently, whenever the open door introduced itself, and every one of Wendy's words materialized, many fans keep thinking about whether the television diva will pardon this person for harming her and betraying her for such countless years, while examining the chance of another public appearance together. Wendy was very sure, expressing that regardless of the separation, she Kevin actually have a child, and we may be seeing them three together. This might be precisely exact thing Kevin is expecting now, when he is broken destitute and insiders say that his endeavor to sell everything is only his approach to eliminating that dishonorable episode with cheating and procuring Wendy's trust again. Well, to most of Wendy's fans who have been watching this insane dramatization, Starting from the beginning, Kevin's intentions are really self-evident, and they transparently express their hatred via virtual entertainment, doing whatever it takes not to take this man back. As one individual remarked, Kelvin missed Wendy's cash. He doesn't cherish Wendy, by any means, assuming Wendy take him back search for more terrible treatment, and he will find Sharina and the child. And another client added, "It isn't any adoration on the planet that would make me take him back. I simply trust Wendy would recollect how he treated her and continue to walk."